Hi, I'm Dr. Andrea Marshall from the Marine Megafauna Foundation.
I'm Janneman Conradie, also from the Marine Megafauna Foundation, and we are here in Puerto López, Ecuador.
We come every season to Ecuador to study the giant manta, and we want to share with you what we think are maybe the 7 most interesting facts about mantas if you don't know much about them. So I think first, the top of the list would be that manta rays are actually fish. So a lot of people aren't aware that all sharks and rays are actually part of the fish group. They don't look a lot like the fish that we eat, but they are fish. I think my second favorite fact about mantas is that in their body, they're entirely made up of cartilage, not bone like you and me. So everything in their body is made up of the same stuff as in the tip of your nose or in your ear. One of my other favorite facts about manta rays is that they are loved by divers around the world. So people aren't scared of mantas, even though they can get so big. Manta rays are the largest ray of any ray in the ocean. They can get up to 8 meters, but even though they're so big, they can't harm anyone. They're actually always on the top 10 favorite animals that people can swim with in the ocean.
Yeah, they're also very highly migratory. They're massive animals, like she suggested, and for that they need to be very agile and need to swim like really far. That's why us as humans have designed aircrafts and aircraft wings from manta rays shapes, and that makes our planes also fly faster and more efficient, which is really cool.
He loves that fact because Janneman's a pilot, so he loves anything that's aerodynamic, and manta rays are pretty much the most sort of like hydrodynamically efficient animal in the ocean. One of the other facts that I love about mantas, and I think everybody should know, is that they have the largest brain of any marine fish. And that means that they're probably pretty intelligent. So they actually have a really large brain relative to body size and just large in general. And I think that's one of the reasons that these animals are so social.
So friendly.
And so friendly. One of my other favorite facts about mantas is unlike other fish or even a lot of other sharks, which can have many, many babies at a time. For instance, like the whale shark, which is the largest shark and largest fish in the world, they can have over like 300 babies at a time. But manta rays only have 1 baby at a time. So just like us, they have sort of a gestation period, so they're pregnant for about like 12 months, and then they only give birth to a single offspring. And one of the other cool things about mantas is that they don't actually have any parental care. So many of you guys are familiar with things like whales and dolphins that take care of their young, but manta rays, as soon as they give birth, their babies are ready to go and they're off on their own.
And they're enormous. They, 1.4 to sometimes 1.8 meters, which is really big for a baby.
Yeah. What's your other fact about mantas that you love?
That I personally love about mantas?
Well, one of the things that people don't know about mantas, I think, that's really quite shocking is that they don't have the ability to sting.
Yeah.
So people think that rays are all stingrays, like the one that unfortunately killed Steve Irwin. But manta rays don't have a stinger, so they can't actually harm you at all. So they don't even actually have a spine on them, so they're not really a true stingray.
Yeah, and a lot of people think that there's only one species of manta in the world, but there's actually different species, different sizes, and they occur in different places in the world, and that's what we are all about. We travel all over the world to study these animals and to know more about them. And that's why Andrea is such an amazing scientist. I understand she's been focusing on these animals for years. So
yep, 3 different species of manta, or we hope so. We're actually describing the 3rd one now. And the biggest species of manta, the giant manta, is the one that we find here in Ecuador.
Right there.
If you're ever fortunate enough to see a manta ray in the ocean, don't be afraid. Be still and be calm and let the animal come to you. Manta rays are very inquisitive, and one of the things about them is that they're very visual. They have huge eyes and they love to like inspect you. So if you stay still, the mantas will usually come to you and you can have a wonderful encounter with them. They love to play with people. They're very friendly, but don't be alarmed. Just because they're large doesn't mean that they're going to hurt you. In fact, it probably will be the most memorable encounter you have in the ocean in your life.
And if you have a camera, please take a picture and send it to us so that we can study the animals further.